Could a passive income stream replace your 9-to-5 job? I believe so, and I'm investing in dividend and income producing stocks and ETFs to reach financial freedom. Stick around to find out what I got paid in January of 2026. Cue the classical music. Welcome back everyone, I'm the Swedish dividend investor. We're going to dive straight into the topic of the video, starting off with my performance and total value. I will convert everything to dollars, since it's a pretty known currency, and I do have international viewers. The dollar is equal to 8.83 Swedish crowns as of the recording of this video. Now, I have two portfolios, this main one and my high yield portfolio using another broker. The combined value of the portfolios are 1,340,462 Swedish crowns, or 151,896 in dollars. My native currency, Swedish krona or Swedish crown, has been going strong against all currencies I'm invested in. So even though the value in my native currency is somewhat flat, this inflates the dollar and euro value. The performance year to date for the main portfolio, 0.69%. Switching over to my high yield portfolio, we can see the performance is negative 4.42%. Ouch. Hey, I'm not that worried. It will even out over time with the income. Before we go through my income, if you like these types of videos, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks. Alright, starting off with the first week, where I received 6 payments. First out is Ares Capital, ticker ARCC. Gotta love that cash flow. Now, I can't buy more on this broker, thanks EU, but I can buy it for my high yield portfolio, and I'm just waiting for a better price, since I want to buy ARCC with a 10% yield. My 62 shares each paid me $0.48, so a total of 29.76. Sadly, we got robbed by the taxman. His cut on American stocks is 15%. So we have to part ways with 4.46, leaving us with a total of $25.3. Next up is more BDCs from a high yield portfolio. Capital Southwest, ticker CSWC. They paid both a regular dividend of $0.1934 and a special dividend of $0.06 for a combined dividend of $0.2534. So my 80 shares each paid me 20.27. But this also get a tax of 15%, so we subtract 3.04 and we land at a total payout of $17.23. Next one, Pennant Park Floating Rate, ticker PFLT. If you watch my channel for some time, you know this position was pretty much the same. Well, no longer, since I bought them for my high yield portfolio. My 170 shares each paid me $0.1025, so $17.43 roughly. Less the tax of 2.62, we land at a total of $14.81. Sweet. I actually bought some more PFLT in January. Stick around for next month to see that. Let's do one more BDC. Gladstone Capital, ticker GLAD. Another monthly payer from my high yield portfolio. My 95 shares each paid me $0.15, so that's $14.25. Removing the tax of 2.14, we land at a net payout of $12.11. Next up, a Swedish covered call ETF. Montrose Global Monthly Dividend ETF, ticker MONTDIV on the Stockholm Stock Exchange. Maybe I should increase this one. It does pay based on the value of the ETF, and it only aims to pay about 6% in dividends. I had hopes they would keep increasing the value since they don't go for a super high yield strategy, but who knows, time will tell. My 309 shares each paid me 0.4534, so that's 140.10 Swedish crowns. I don't pay taxes on dividends from Swedish companies, so that's always sweet. Converting it to dollars, we get $15.86. Next up, HAN ETF, Infrastructure Capital Preferred Income ETF, ticker PFFI or ASWM. One of my newest position in the portfolio. I sold a position with a profit and put it to work here. So, as you can see, my current share count is 310 and growing. My then 183 shares each paid me $0.1339, landing me at $24.5, and like I've said in previous videos, I don't pay taxes on dividends from ETFs domiciled in Ireland. Speaking of taxes, this comment got me good, so shoutouts to you, Leo. Summing up the first week and the monthly total so far, we land at $109.81. For the second week, I received 5 payments. HP Inc., ticker HPQ. Yeah. This is by far my worst performer. The dollar being down and the share price is cratering. They did raise their dividend in November, so there's always that. My 150 shares each paid me $0.3, so a total of $45. Removing the theft fee of $6.75, we land at $38.25. Let's do some covered call ETFs. JP Morgan US Equity Premium Income ETF, ticker JEPI or JEIP. I'm down about 13% on the price change, but due to the weakening euro, that brings it down to negative 20%. My 36 shares each paid me $0.132, so that brings the total to $4.75 and again no taxes. Let's see how the brother ETF is doing. JP Morgan Nasdaq Premium Income ETF, ticker JEPQ or JEQP. Now, I'm only down about 10% on the price change here, but on this one, I am collecting around 10% in dividends per year. So, I would say break even. But I'm down 7 to 8% on the currency fluctuation. I like this one a lot better, and I think I will dump JEPI and put my money here. My 36 shares each paid me $0.2104, bringing the net payout to $7.57. Time for the elder brother in the family. JP Morgan Global Equity Premium Income ETF, ticker JEPG or JGPI. Honestly, I feel much better with this one. The drawdown wasn't as big in April 2025, and I'm only down 10.5% even with the currency fluctuation included. I see currency fluctuations as the stock market. They go up and they go down, and you can't control it. Anyway, my 480 shares each paid me $0.1574, making the total payout without theft $75.55. Nice. Last one for this week. Cibus Nordic Real Estate, ticker CIBUS, on the Stockholm Stock Exchange. I have been buying a bit here and a bit there. My short-term goal is to get my position up to 700 shares, and we are currently sitting at 443. My then 430 shares each paid me 0.8589, so that's 369.33 Swedish crowns with 0 taxes. And after converting it to freedom units, we land at $41.82. Summing up the second week, we land at $167.94, bringing the monthly total so far to $277.75. For the third week, I also received 5 payments. First out is Altria Group, ticker MO. They just keep being overvalued, and I just keep holding and keep getting that sweet cash flow. My 82 shares each paid me $1.06, so that's $86.92. Removing the tax of $13.04, we land at $73.88. Awesome. Next up, another high yielder. Starwood Property Trust, ticker STWD. It's my first dividend from STWD, so I'm pretty excited. My 74 shares each paid me $0.48, so that comes out to $35.52. We remove the tax of $5.33 and we're left with $30.19. I did buy some more of this during January, so I'm even more excited going forward. The last BDC on the list, Blue Owl Capital, ticker OBDC. Man, have they been taking a beating. I'm sure it will be fine. My 130 shares each paid me $0.37, so $48.1. And after removing the tax of $7.2, we get $40.9. I bought some more OBDC this month as well. Now it's time for some real estate. Realty Income, ticker O. Does it really need an introduction? Still waiting for a correction, still stacking those dividends. My 111 shares each paid me $0.27, so $29.97. Less the tax of $4.5, we land at $25.47. WP Carry, ticker WPC. They have actually recovered pretty nicely. I held on to my shares after they spun off their office buildings and cut their dividend. Now, I know hindsight is always 20/20, but it turns out this was a good move. My 30 shares each paid me $0.92, so that's $27.6. After removing the tax of $4.14, we land at $23.46. Summing up the third week, we land at $193.9, bringing the monthly total so far to $471.65. For the fourth week, I received two payments. First out is Global X S&P 500 Covered Call ETF, ticker XYLU or XY7D. I talked about this briefly in the last income video, but I think they held up pretty good and the yield is nice, closing in on almost 9%. Overall, I'm a happy holder. My 210 shares each paid me $0.12, so with no taxes I got paid $25.2. Last dividend payment for the month. Global X Nasdaq 100 Covered Call ETF, ticker QYLD or QYLE. The gift that keeps on giving. With a yield of 11.4%, I'm liking this more and more. My 196 shares each paid me $0.1669, so a net payout of $32.71. Thank you very much. Let's hold off on summarizing the fourth week and combine it with the last payment of the fifth week. That being interest on my cash position. I get a measly 1.3% interest on my cash, but it's better than nothing, I guess. I earned 61 Swedish crowns in interest during January, but I do have to pay a whopping 30% in tax. So we subtract 18.3 and we get 42.7 Swedish crowns. Converting it, we land at $4.83. Summing up the fourth and fifth week, we land at $62.74. And that brings the grand total for the month to $534.39. Now, January isn't my strongest month, but let's check out my dividend tracker and compare with January 2025. Oh, I updated my spreadsheet. I added a dashboard with all the useful info, like yearly income and after-tax income per month, weekly, daily or hourly. We can see I'm currently making $1.03 after taxes every hour of every day. Pretty sweet. I also have it in my currency. Now, where was I? Oh, right, the income. Scrolling down, we can see my income last year was 3,612.2 Swedish crowns. That's 409.08 in today's dollar value. So, with some math, That's an increase of 30.63%. I'd gladly take that. If we scroll down, we can see I've added last year in that orange yellowish color. The current year is in red, so it's easy to see. Next month number to beat is 3,852.56 Swedish crowns, or $436.3. Will I be able to beat it? Stay tuned. But I want to know, how was your month and who was your biggest payer? Post it down below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to compound that like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for this one. I will see you guys next week. Until then, stay smart, stay patient and keep stacking those dividends. Ha det gött!